now invite over Rajesh Sehgal. We thought, we go a little different route. We will have Rajesh as the chief editor for the whole day. So whatever discussions that you folks have, he'll either summarize it or he'll also even challenge you folks sometimes if he feels that, what you're talking is not really true and just gassing around. So that's exactly what I asked Rajesh to do. So Rajesh, welcome. And I'm leaving the stage to Rajesh now. Yo, Rajesh. And folks, tomorrow, Tycon Mumbai starts at 7:30 in the morning. The registrations are opening. 8:30 is our first session. It's again going to be a long day. If you're going to miss that 8:30 batch of coming inside, remember BKC and its traffic is not going to be kind to you. So which is why we're starting these sessions early tomorrow. 8:30 we start bang on. And our keynote session is at 9 o'clock in the morning. We have Tarun of Aethers and Amrit Acharya of Zworks to start with. Set, Rajesh?
Yep, all set.
Okay, over to you.
Yeah, got it. Thanks, Naveen. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh God, it's too bright. Okay, here's the thing. I'm experimenting. We're all startups and we're all angel investors. So I said I should do an experiment for the day. And the experiment for the day is a challenge to myself. I'm usually a very extempore speaker. But now this time I'm going to carry a phone. And I'm going to look at it. And I'm going to look at points that I have to speak. Unfortunately, there's no podium that I can hide behind and all that. So here I am. But a very warm welcome to everybody here. I think that the tone has been set by both of them earlier, Ranu as well as Dr. Apurva. I think it's a good platform to have. This is a platform, something like this, that we've lacked over the years. The angel ecosystem, the early stage ecosystem has really come a long way over the last 10, 15 years that I've been involved. I made my first angel investment in 2007. There was no angel ecosystem worth a mention at the time. There were no, startup networks. There were no angel funds. There were hardly any VC funds. It was just like the Wild West. But we made a lot of money in those years, because angels had to talk to the few entrepreneurs who met them, and therefore most deals that we did in those years were good. Which brings us to today. I think today we are blessed that we have forums like this that are talking about angel investing. We have people like you who participate both as angel investors and as founders or intermediaries, bankers, etc. I think the stage today is set for India, like the speakers before me mentioned, for India to really take that leap and go to the next level. Do you guys have the agenda with you? Oh, you do? Okay, great. So let me not waste time on the agenda. So Big Bulls and Family Office Summit. I think this is, we have a lot of big bulls here, and we have family offices, we have startups, we have, everybody who matters, to this ecosystem. Like, was discussed with you. The interest level in this event has been so high that we've actually had to cut off and shorten the list. It has been culled. So all of you here are, privileged in a sense, including me, by the way. So, what really drives me to become, or give all my time to this ecosystem is not just that I'm passionate about it, but I meet so many of you who are as passionate about startups as I am. And I think that's so refreshing to see. And I think, the last 15 years, now 18 years, I'm losing count, 18 years since I made my first investment into a startup, what has changed? Like a lot. And I just mentioned the whole organizing and formalizing of that ecosystem. But I think there are a lot of undercurrents, including conversations about the government support to this ecosystem, conversations about taxation, its implications, changes. The ecosystem has been clamoring for some changes on taxation, etc. How can we make the startup's life easy? How can investors, angel investors, play a big role in the startup's life? What do we have to do as an ecosystem to take the number of unicorns in India today, which is around 100, to let's say 500 or 1,000? And none of these numbers are, I think, very out of the box kind of thing. I think these are all very doable numbers. Apurva mentioned some numbers about how it can be a few lakh angel investors, unicorns that can be in the thousands, and I think it's all possible. What drives us to believe it's possible is us, right? It's we, the people here, who make that difference. It's we who have that risk-taking ability to cut the first check, to support startups not only with that first check, but also with a lot of inputs, a lot of mentoring, hot, cold. There are days in a startup's life when they are on cloud 9, and we are on cloud 9 with them. And then there are days in their lives when they think, why am I doing all of this? And we are with them there as well. So this roller coaster ride is what takes you around there. I have some numbers to share. It's very interesting, So I think the angel ecosystem, first of all, got its life. It came into its own by around 2016. That is when, we saw a lot of angels getting together. The Indian Angel Network in those years became very relevant. Mumbai Angels, another network, became very relevant. Many others became relevant. Today, do you know how many angel networks are there? Take a guess. I'm also checking, I don't know. How many? Networks, not angel investors. Angel networks, like the ones I mentioned. More than 100 networks. That's a huge number. I can challenge you guys here. Nobody will be able to mention more than 10, 15 names, but there are more than 100. Now, this is where the startups draw their energy from. Take a guess, how many angel investors do we have? No one knows. It's not being calibrated anywhere. Nobody, no authority is, having a source of data, because who's an angel investor? If I want to today figure out how many angel investors are there, the first thing is, who is an angel investor? It's certainly not someone with wings. Right? So it's a very difficult definition. It's a very transient kind of definition. But we have estimates from, let's say, 500, 600 active investors to about 20,000 angel investors as well, who in some part of their life must have cut one check for some startup. They're also an angel investor. And I think platforms like this, and this is where I think Mumbai is playing a big role, platforms like this will really bring together at least the active part of this ecosystem, right? And that's the relevant part of the ecosystem. Take a guess, which was the year that was like the boom year for angel investing in India? 2020, come on. Weren't we all part of the ecosystem? Yeah. So 2020, 2021, that is when the boom was. What kind of money would have got invested by angels in 2020, let us say? Angel investors. How much money would they have invested in startups? The peak. $500 million. It's a big number. But do you know what was the number last year, 2024, the year that just ended, calendar year? $170 million. Right? So what are we seeing? We're seeing some sort of an area where there could be some base, markets may be turning. We've written big bull because I think the bearish phase is getting done for our ecosystem. Now, whether that turn happens or not depends on us. Right? Again, as I said, we the people. So let me start, the proceedings of the day. But before I do that, let me thank all the speakers, panelists, moderators, everyone, each one of you who's participating here for the rest of the day. And thank you for bringing all your curiosity and energy. And thank you for participating. There's an advance thank you. We want more participation. Please do question what is being discussed here, because the people who are discussing here are also part of us, right? And this is where people on this side of the table are also wanting to learn from you. So please feel free to ask questions. Ask the tough ones. I'll answer all the simple ones. The tough ones will go to the panels.